Compensation of special groups. Supervisors meet the demands of upper management and the needs of employees. Corporate directors. A board of directors provides strategic advice, usually 8-11 directors. Conflicts faced by special groups. Special groups share two characteristics. They are strategically important to the company, and their positions hold built-in conflict. Conflicts faced by special groups. When both characteristics are present, employers tend to find distinctive compensation practices to meet the needs of these special groups. Components of an executive compensation package. The disconnect between pay and performance of the nation's top executives has been a source of contention for over 30 years. Change in executive compensation components. As tax legislation changes, components of executive compensation packages also change. Overall compensation for the top 5 of 2014. While these compensation levels may seem high to you, in comparison to years past when figures regularly topped 100 million, it appears compensation levels have moderated. Bonuses play a major role in motivating short-term performance, given to 90% of executives. Bonuses are smaller than in the past. Short-term payouts sometimes have direct long-term consequences. Long-term incentive and capital appreciation plans. Long-term incentives are declining. Anger over stock options. Tax advantages. Description of long-term incentives for executives. Executive benefits and perquisites. Executives typically receive higher benefits than other exempt employees. Cover a cross-section of employees. Popular perks offered to executives. Know the decline in number of companies offering perks. Executive compensation. What the critics and press say CEO pay average is $14.3 million. Many critics feel this is unjustifiable. Executive compensation. What the critics and press say. Some experts think an informed board of directors can rein in executive pay. A tally sheet provides a figure to debate over. Does it seem reasonable? Executive compensation. What academics say. One explanation is social comparisons. Market forces raise everyone's base pay, including executives. Criticized due to the gradual increase in the spread between cash and average employee salaries. Executive compensation. What academics say. Agency theory incorporates the political motivations in the corporate world. Sometimes cash make decisions not in the best economic interests of the firm. Scientists and engineers in high technology industry. Special compensation problems. A graduate's knowledge is valuable but gradually becomes obsolete. IBM dual ladders. The managerial ladder offers a promotion path with increasing responsibility. The professional track rises with increasing technical responsibility. Maturity curve. Years since last degree relative to salary. Organizations rely heavily on external market data in pricing scientists and engineers' base pay. The result is the use of a maturity curve. Scientists and engineers in high technology industries. A second problem centers on equity. Scientists and engineers compare themselves with others who graduated when they did. Sales forces. This profession requires high initiative and low supervision. Standard compensation is not designed for this type of work. Sales forces designing a sales compensation plan. Major factors influence the design of sales compensation packages. Designing a sales compensation plan. As the product matures, the sales pattern changes, compensation must change. Move from aggressive sales to customer retention. External competitiveness is essential. Product to be sold. The nature of the product or service may influence a compensation system design. Organizational strategy. A sales compensation plan should link desired behaviors to organizational strategy. The nature of the people. Stereotypes characterize salespeople as heavily motivated by money. One study supports this perception. Salespeople rank pay higher than other rewards, often as the number one motivator. Contingent workers. Defined as anyone hired through a temporary help agency, as the employee status is temporary and benefits are less or non-existent, higher wages tend to compensate. Contingent workers. Why the move to contingent workers? It may be a signal of a permanent change in the way business is done. Companies are not hiring at the expected level. Contingent workers. A major compensation problem is equity. Employers deal with inequity on two fronts. One way is to view contingent workers as a pool of candidates for future permanent hire. Expert answers. There are several special groups when it comes to ideas of compensation. These are groups or individuals who have a different pay scale or structure than the rest of employees. The majority of individuals in a company are on a simple hourly or salaried wage, typically referred to as exempt and non-exempt, meaning exempt from overtime pay for salaried individuals or not exempt from overtime pay for hourly employees, which may include a modest bonus. Special groups, however, are people not confined to that structure. Sales staff are one of the biggest groups. Typically, they are paid a smaller base salary with a generous commission structure. Additionally, managers and higher-level employees, as they are leaders of people and help to direct and guide the business, typically receive a significantly higher salary and bonus, sometimes up to 50% of their base pay, which is different in comparison with the reports. Finally, directors and C-level employees are special groups as well. These people are typically paid extremely well and receive major additional compensation related to the company's performance, such as equity in the company that appreciates as the company does better, a portion of overall profit, or a generous bonus tied directly to performance of the company. Employees have strategic value to a company, who therefore have compensation packages consisting of more than the common, basic hourly wage. In a sense, they can be defined as systematically important employees. The first group is the board of directors, who are not regular employees, but who answer directly to shareholders. Outside or independent directors are normally compensated with a mix of a stipend, equity, and other benefits including liability insurance. Next, executives and upper management are considered systematically important to a company, and normally receive a complex compensation package including base salaries, stock options, bonuses, golden parachutes, and other incentives. Salespeople often work on commission or a combination of salary and commission. Especially in technology, entertainment, and other fields in which revenue is based on creativity and innovation, employees such as film directors, scientists, or other key creative or technical people form a special group. These people may be compensated by a mix of salaries and royalties, as well as stock options and bonuses.